Welcome back, learners, to the ninth chapter, that is the living organism characteristics and habitats. Previously, we had a journey through some of the terrestrial habitats and we saw how plants and animals there are adapted. But it's time to discuss some of the aquatic habitats. First of all, you can see on your screen ocean, and a picture has been shown to you to show the different kind of fish you can find there. Now, fish are adapted to live in sea, and we have studied their all adaptation in the previous chapters. Many other sea animals have streamlined body just like the fish, which help them to move easily in water. But there are some animals like squids, octopus, which do not have streamlined shape, and they stay deeper inside the ocean near the seabed and catch the prey that move toward them. And one interesting thing is when they move in water, they make their body shapes streamlined. These animals have gills to help them to use dissolved oxygen, which we have studied earlier. So you can say that the aquatic animal take dissolved oxygen from the water with the help of their gills. Now, it's not for all. Some sea animals like dolphin and whale do not have gills. Instead, they breathe through nostrils or blowholes, which are located on the upper part of their head. This allows them to breathe in air when they swim near the surface of water. They can stay inside the water for long time without breathing, but they have to come time to time on the surface so that they can breathe in. Now, students, you must have observed the activities done by a dolphin in television or in any movie. So, why does it do so? Dolphin come out of water time to time just to take the air in, just to breathe in. Okay. So, in this manner, we have seen how different animals are adapted for oceans. Let's have a look on the other habitat, that is ponds and lakes. Now I will ask, have you seen plant growing in ponds, lake, river and even some drains? If not, just have a observation. You have to observe the leaves, stems and roots of these plants. So students, you will find out that some of these plants have their roots fixed in soil below the water. Now I will tell you one interesting thing. In terrestrial plants, roots normally play a very crucial role. They absorb the nutrients and water from the soil. They anchor the plant at a place. Okay. However, in aquatic plants, roots are much reduced in size and their main function is just to hold the plant in a place. The stem of these plants are long, hollow and light. The stem grow up the surface of water while the leaves and flower floats on the surface of water. So in this manner, look, if the stem of these plant will be hollow, so it will give it buoyancy, it will help it to float easily. Now some aquatic plants, they are submerged in water, so they will be completely inside water. All parts of such plants are under the water, and some of these plants have narrow and thin ribbon like leaves. Okay, these can bend in water. When the water flows, their leaves can bend easily, and in some submerged plant, leaves are often highly divided, through which water can easily flow without damaging them. So in this manner, the aquatic plants are adapted for their habitat. Now let's observe one of the animal which you will find in such places, that is the frog. Frog usually live in ponds. Okay, frogs can stay both inside the water as well as on the ground, on the land. That's why it's called amphibian. It belongs to the group of animal called amphibians, and all those animals which are amphibians, they can stay on land, they can also stay in the water. What helps them? I will tell you one interesting thing here. Look, when frog is outside the water on the land, at that time it breathes through the lungs. And when the frog is inside the water, then it take air through the help of its skin. So in this manner, a frog has been adapted to survive at both places. They have strong back legs that help them in leaping, in catching their prey. Okay? And also, frog is having webbed feet. This webbed feet help the frog in swimming properly in water. So in this way students, frog has been adapted for its habitat. Now you must have observed how these plants and animal having adaptation in them, and at the last of this video, if you are capable to tell the adaptation present in octopus, squid, fish, dolphin, whale, okay, in the aquatic plants, in frog, then you have learnt a lot. And just revise all those things. Wherever you are having doubt, just ask your queries. Keep learning, keep asking. That's all for today.